Now, if Meek Mill got to be the one to tell you that you too old to be getting fired, you really got to start evaluating how you living your life, how you moving and shaking, because it got to be questionable. And he is absolutely right, because what he is saying is you're too old to be dating a 19-year-old OF model at your grown-ass, Jurassic-ass age when you got kids who was older than that little girl.
So Shannon Sharpe has been fired from ESPN. This comes weeks after settling or getting to a resolution for undisclosed amount or undisclosed whatever that resolution was.
Wait, did Meek Mill just clown Shannon Sharpe for going broke? Girl, I think y'all need to grab a seat for this one, because Meek Mill just clowned Shannon Sharpe for going bankrupt after ESPN terminated his contract. So days after news broke that Shannon Sharpe reached an out-of-court settlement with the OnlyFans model who filed an SA lawsuit against him, ESPN announced the termination of Shannon's contract. However, that's not all, as according to inside sources, UNC is not in good mental shape, as his finances have taken a huge hit after settling out of court with the OnlyFans mode. And y'all, UNC might be filing for bankruptcy soon. Just to give y'all a little context, Shannon Sharpe has been on one hell of a run since retiring from the NFL. He kicked things off co-hosting on FS1, then made a major power move with a multi-year deal at ESPN, which had him hosting and co-hosting programs. And let's not play Club Shay Shay, easily one of the biggest podcasts in the country right now. But then things started going left when this video of UNC stepping out of his car in some tight pants, a pastel top, and holding what looked like a purse.
Here's the final stop of the day. Total wines. See the line started over there. My last stop of the day. We got up early, had a late night. We don't do excuses here. We just get the job done, because this one we signed up for.
Hit the internet, and girl, that clip went viral fast, sparking all kinds of rumors that he might be DL. Weeks later, UNC stunned the internet when he went live on Instagram, and in the background, you could hear him getting it with a woman. Now, Shannon came out and apologized, blaming it on his so-called lack of tech skills, but fans weren't buying it. A lot of folks think that little oops moment was very intentional, like his way of shutting down those DL rumors without actually saying a word. And y'all, the timing was also suspicious. All right, so after that Lil Instagram slip up and his public apology, Shannon Sharpe just went back to minding his business. Months later, Shannon signed $100 million podcast deal with The Volume. And y'all, it sent the internet into a frenzy. But girl, the celebration didn't last long. Just a few days after that deal hit the blogs, news broke that an anonymous woman had filed a $50 million lawsuit against Shannon, accusing him of SA manipulation and even threats to her life. Now, let's be clear, allegations like that are nothing to play with, and nobody's here to downplay anything involving SA or someone fearing for their safety. But some fans were side-eyeing the whole situation because the timing looks suspicious. In the lawsuit, the woman alleges Shannon SA twice, once in October 2024 and again in January 2025. She says they originally met at a gym in LA back in 2023 when she was just 19. Now, Shannon went on his Instagram to tell his side, and this is what he had to say. But then it looked like the lady was playing some type of long game, because right after Sharpe Shannon spoke his side, she leaked an audio clip where Shannon was allegedly saying things like, "I'm going to choke the SAT out of you. You don't have a choice in this matter."
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna choke the shit out of you when I see you.
After stepping back from ESPN, Shannon put all his energy into Club Shay Shay, trying to keep things moving. But then, just days after the NFL announced the official date for the new season kickoff, reports came in that Shannon had reached an out-of-court settlement with the OnlyFans model. Sources say he wanted to wrap things up quietly so he could focus on prepping for the new NFL season. And while they didn't spill all the tea on how much Shannon actually paid for her to drop the lawsuit, let's just say, it was enough for SS to quit OnlyFans altogether and switch careers. So, yeah, Yeah, that check must have been real nice. Now listen, a lot of fans weren't exactly thrilled with Shannon Sharpe choosing to settle out of court, as it made him look guilty, like he was trying to make the whole thing go away without actually proving his innocence. But at the same time, people also understood that he needed that drama off his back to focus on the upcoming NFL season. However, Shannon's decision to settle out of court to focus on the upcoming NFL season didn't turn out to be a good idea, because a few days after the settlement, ESPN officially terminated Shannon's contract. Now, they didn't put out a detailed statement explaining the exact reason, but sources close to the network are saying it all ties back to the lawsuit. ESPN felt that by settling out of court, it looked like an admission of guilt. And for a massive company like ESPN, being connected to someone with that kind of baggage, yeah, they weren't willing to take the PR hit. While fans were trying to understand the whole situation surrounding ESPN terminating Shannon Sharpe's contract, rapper Meek Mill inserted himself into the conversation and tweeted, "Y'all too old to be getting fired for real." Now, this tweet went viral, not just because it was funny, because it was aimed at Shannon Sharpe. See, Shannon and Meek Mill have not been on the greatest of terms, and according to inside sources, the whole beef started with Meek Mill accusing Shannon Sharpe of intentionally setting him up on his Club Shay Shay podcast. So word on the street is that Meek Mill, low-key, blames Shannon Sharpe for getting his name dragged into that whole wild Diddy freak-off mess. Yup, according to insiders, Meek feels that Shannon pushed a false narrative about him on his show. And to make matters worse, it appears that Shannon was trying to get back on good terms with Meek Mill after things went left for him. So when Meek saw the perfect moment to clap back, especially after Shannon had been running his mouth about both Diddy and Meek, he did not hold back. Let's just say, Meek's response sent the convo in a whole new direction. But wait, there's more. So even though Meek Mill didn't go all the way in on Shannon Sharpe publicly, some inside sources revealed that Meek trolled Shannon behind the scenes, calling him broke. And you already know social media ran with that. Soon enough, rumors were flying left and right that Shannon Sharpe wasn't just broke. He was broke, like bankruptcy might be around the corner type broke. And according to folks close to both camps, this whole financial mess allegedly started with that infamous OnlyFans lawsuit. Word on the street is Shannon ended up settling out of court and had to cough up over $20 million. And get this, insiders are saying every single penny went straight to the woman involved. No split, no NDA deal, just a clean sweep. Now Shannon thought he could just pay her off, brush it under the rug, and get back to football talk. But ESPN was like, nah, we don't want to be tied to all that. Insiders say they were especially spooked by what looked like an admission of guilt. And that's where it all started unraveling for him. Now here's where things get even more dicey. An inside source is spilling that the out-of-court settlement Shannon Sharpe reached with his accuser seriously drained his bank account. Like we're talking major damage to his finances. And y'all, it's not looking too good, because apparently Shannon's been walking on eggshells ever since. Sources also say he's got his fingers tightly crossed right now, because that podcast deal he signed, you know, the one worth multi-millions with that podcast network, yeah, that's basically his only steady income at the moment. And with his ESPN future hanging by a thread, Shannon's scared he might lose everything. Whew. From NFL legend to possibly scrambling for stability, it's what no one else saw coming. Meek Mill trolling Shannon Sharpe for being broke and bankrupt had fans talking. And they left comments saying, bro used to throw everyone who got accused of something under the bus. Then we find out he likes to choke white women, and now he wants everyone to believe him when he didn't believe anyone else. What goes around comes around. If ESPN can fire Shannon Sharpe, what job is actually safe right now? And nah, don't say team player. They all say that before HR shows up. Imagine getting fired on your day off after being extorted by a white girl less than a week after Sydney Sweeney ruined white girls. So, do you think Shannon Sharpe deserved to be fired by ESPN? Or do you think he deserves another shot at his position? Let me know what you think in the comments, then check out this next video.